Once again, this is City Boy checking in live from Atlanta, Georgia, by way of Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And this is still November 26, 2015. And what I want to do is I want to debunk a lot of myths that are in the appliance repair industry. Now that I've dropped the portion of content about the 1090 rule, again, that's the formula that I applied in order to get debt free on the personal side and then accumulate wealth. All right. My goal was to save a year worth of monthly expenses before I were to quit the job and work full time in my business. My plan didn't work out like that. I ended up getting laid off prematurely before I hit that goal, but that was fine. I still had wealth. I still had time on my side. I still had money set aside. What I want this video, the purpose of this video is to talk about cash-based business versus accrual counting-based business. All right, contract versus cash calls. A lot of new entrepreneurs, before y'all go out there and get into the marketplace, a lot of people are going to tell you go contract. There's a couple of things I want to point out about contract if you build your business off contracts. Number one, it's artificial growth. It's not real revenue. All right. When you build it the way that I built it, which is a cash-based business, it's real because it's all liquid. All right. It's not going to happen overnight because you're building the house out of brick versus out of straw or out of sticks. But rule number one on a contract, that's the poor man's hustle. All right, because they're fronting you the work. They're giving you the work. They're giving you their customer base, and then you're going out there and you're providing service at a percentage. We don't want to do that. That's not how we're going to do this. That's not how we're going to play the game. It's not about winning the game, it's how you choose to play the game. All right. Number one, it's a poor man's hustle. Number two, you're not the boss because you have an account manager that you have to answer to. And they're going to send you X amount of calls and you have X amount of time to respond to them. And then you're going to go out there and get X amount of money off each job. Number three, the customers aren't yours. They're not your customers. That's the home warranty company's customer or the manufacturer customer. That's not your customer. But what they tell you up front is you don't have to spend any money on advertising. And they know you don't have any money anyway. Most of the people that get into the game or into the marketplace as an entrepreneur, you don't have any money. So that's the way that they lure you in. Hey, you don't have to spend any money. We're going to supply you with our customers, and then you just go out there and you just basically work for us off a percentage. No, we're not sharecropping. We're not going to play the game that way. If we're going to go out into the marketplace and we're going to put our piece on the monopoly board, then when we go around, when we collect rent, we want all the rent. I don't want a portion of the rent. All right. What you want to do, forget about what people tell you, right? People were telling me I need a business van. You need to get all these contracts. I rode around for 3 years in a 2001 Chevy Impala and built up the inventory. I had more inventory in the back seat and in the trunk of my car than most guys had in their vans. So I was more efficient pulling up the first time in my car and fixing that appliance the same day than somebody pulling up in a nice shiny van with no parts in it. Okay? So the purpose of me sharing this with you is it's not winning the game that matters. It's how are you going to play the game? And the way I chose to play the game was for keeps. When I went out and I passed out 20,000 door hangers, that's because every customer that came, that's my customer. Every time that the phone rings, that's my customer directly. That's not somebody sending me their customer that I have to take care of and then sit around and wait for you to pay me 30, 60, 90 days later. No, we're not going to play the game like that. That's the quickest way to take small business out of business. Run up a tab with you and have you service all these customers and have you run up a bill at the part distributor, have you run up a bill at your bank because you don't have any money, right? So you're running up a line of credit at the bank, you're running up your credit at the part distributor, and then that company doesn't pay you in 30, 60, 90 days. Now you out the game and you owe 3 people. You're losing 3 times. Whereas you build it yourself, once you get your reserve set on the personal side, then you set your goal to set your reserve on the business side. Then instead of paying the business savings, the personal savings, and the business investing, then you start to pay the part distributor the business savings and the business investing, right? And then that's how you're able to cash flow and you're able to build your inventory. and you're able to be in business for yourself, create the job, and then you can substitute yourself and replace yourself with another person because you already built the job. Now it's just time to duplicate it. So I'm just sharing this information with you because there's a lot of people out there that they can't see past the warranty work. They think they're lords of the universe because they do the warranty work. When if they could do a financial statement, it takes them 10 calls, where if I go do four, I've made more and I've kept more repairing four, completing four jobs where they got to do 10. Do the math. Just wanted to put that out there and just let you think about that for a while. Once again, it's a City Boy checking in live from Atlanta, Georgia. Walk it like I talk it. If you're going to be in business, don't take my advice for it. Listen to the Dave Ramsey's of the world. Listen to the Robert Kiyosaki's of the world. Listen to the Keith Cunningham's of the world. It's a slower process, but if you're going to play, you play for keeps. Peace.